Hello, welcome to the English Habit. I'm Mia, and I'm so happy you're here. This video is for beginner learners. Today, I'm talking with my friend Jade about art and creativity. It's slow and easy, so use the pictures to help. Let's begin. Jade, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Jade. Nice to meet everyone. I'm 24 years old from Tucson, Arizona in the United States. I work as an art teacher at a school and I love making things, making.
Tucson sounds fun. Thanks, Jade. Let's talk more. Okay, Jade, let's start with art. What's a type of art you love to make? Maybe something you do often. And why is it so special to you? With
I love painting with watercolors. I paint almost every weekend, sitting at my kitchen table with brushes and paper. It's special because the colors flow so easily, like magic. I started when I was 10 with a cheap set my mom bought me, and I'd paint flowers outside. Now I make landscapes, like deserts from Tucson, with red rocks and blue skies. I love how the water mixes the colors, making soft edges, and I feel calm watching it dry. My favorite is painting sunsets, with orange and pink blending, because it reminds me of evenings at home. I keep my paintings in a folder, and sometimes I give them to friends as gifts. In Tucson, I paint by my window, seeing cactus and birds, which gives me ideas. In summer, I use bright colors, and in winter, I add grays for the cool air. One time, I painted a rainy day, and it felt like I caught the mood on paper. Teaching art, I show my kids watercolors and they love mixing too, which makes me happy. Painting's my escape, where I can be quiet and create, and every brushstroke feels like a little story. I think it's special because it's mine, and I can change it however I want, like adding a bird or a cloud.
that sounds so beautiful, Jade. I can see those colors now. What about another art form? Maybe something you tried somewhere else or love for a different reason.
I tried pottery when I visited Santa Fe, New Mexico last year, and I fell in love with it. It's shaping clay with your hands to make bowls or cups, and I did it at a studio there. The place had a dusty smell and wheels spinning, and I sat with a teacher who showed me how to center the clay. I made a wobbly mug, pressing and pulling, and it felt alive in my hands. I painted it blue, my favorite color, and they fired it in a kiln, so I took it home. Santa Fe was full of art, with galleries and bright walls, and I walked around eating tacos, feeling inspired. The mug sits on my table now, and I drink tea from it, remembering that day. I love pottery because it's messy and real, not like painting softness. Back in Tucson, I found a class and made a small vase, though it cracked a little. I keep it anyway because it's mine. In Santa Fe, I saw pots with patterns, and I tried copying them, adding lines and dots. That trip showed me art can be touchable, not just on paper, and I felt strong shaping something from nothing. I want to go back and make a big bowl, maybe for flowers, and learn more shapes. Pottery's like a conversation with clay, and I'll always carry that story with me.
Wow, Jade, pottery sounds amazing. Let's talk about creativity. What's a creative activity you enjoy? And how did you start doing it?
I enjoy crafting with paper, like making cards or decorations. I do it a few times a month sitting on my couch with scissors, glue, and colored paper. It's fun because I can make anything like stars or hearts and give them away. I started in school when we made paper snowflakes for winter and I loved cutting and folding. My teacher said I was good and I kept going at home making gifts for my family. Now I use old magazines cutting pictures to make collages or fold origami cranes which take time but look cool. I play music like soft jazz while I work and it feels peaceful. In Tucson, I craft outside sometimes, under a tree, watching the sun move. I made a card for my mom's birthday last year with flowers and a note, and she cried, which made me proud. Crafting's easy to start, with stuff I already have, and I love the mess of paper bits. One time I glued my fingers by accident, but I laughed and fixed it. I teach my students crafting too, and they make animals or bookmarks, which is so cute. I want to try paper lanterns next, for a party. Crafting's my joy because it's simple but turns into something special, and every piece feels like a hug I can share.
That sounds so delightful, Jade. I want to try crafting now. What's a creative dream you have? Maybe a new art form or place you want to explore?
My big dream is to do glass blowing in Venice, Italy. I've seen videos of artists shaping hot glass into vases or beads, and it looks like fire dancing. I'd go to a studio by a canal wearing safety gear and learn from an expert. I'd hold a long pipe, gathering glowing glass and blow it into shapes, maybe a blue bowl or a red ornament. The heat would be intense, but I'd feel strong, turning liquid into art. I'd stay for a week making pieces every day and watch the glass cool in a kiln. In Venice, I'd walk bridges, eating gelato, and draw the colorful buildings for ideas. I'd learn Italian words like bello for beautiful and talk to other artists. I'd bring my glass home, maybe a necklace, and show my students who'd be amazed. Glass blowing would feel like magic because it's hot and fragile, and I'd feel proud holding something I made from fire. Another dream is sculpting in Brazil with clay or wood in a rainforest. I'd stay in a village, carving animals like jaguars and paint them with bright colors. I'd hear birds in rivers, eating fruit, and sketch the trees for inspiration. Brazil's wild, and I'd learn Portuguese words like obrigada for thank you. I'd show my sculptures at school, sharing stories. Venice and Brazil are my dreams, but I'd create anywhere with beauty and challenge. Art and creativity are my soul, and I want to chase every shape and spark, bringing that wonder to everyone I know. Noad sake of Ibrasibrimanerby and Divernsburg in Spain.
This was so inspiring, Jade. Now I want to hear your questions. What do you want to ask me?
Mia, what's an art you love? Nove?
I love drawing. I sketch people and places with pencils, and it feels so free.
Nice. What sips? A creative dream.
I still love to weave rugs in Morocco, using bright threads in a sunny market.
That sounds amazing. Thanks, Mia.
Thank you, Jade. Everyone, like and subscribe to the English Habit. New videos every day. Bye. Hello, welcome back to the English Habit. I'm Mia, and I'm thrilled you're here for part 2. This video is for beginner learners, and we're continuing our chat with my friend Jade about art and creativity. It's slow and clear, so use the pictures to help. Jade, ready for more?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jade, and yes, I'm excited. I love sharing about art, so let's keep going.
Great. Let's dive back into creativity with more questions. Okay, Jade, we talked about watercolors and crafting last time. Let's explore another art form you love. What's a type of art you enjoy making? Maybe at home or work? And why does it mean so much to you?
I really love drawing with charcoal. I draw at home a few times a week, sitting at my desk with big paper and sticks of charcoal. It's special because it's messy and bold, letting me make dark lines or soft shadows. I started in art school where a teacher showed me how to shade faces, and I've been hooked since. I draw portraits of my friends or landscapes from Tucson, like saguaro cacti under the moon. I love the smudge of my fingers, blending the black into gray, and it feels like I'm capturing a moment. My favorite is a drawing of my dog, sleeping, with his curly ears, Because it's so real, I keep my drawings in a box, and sometimes I frame one for my wall. At school, I teach kids charcoal, and they get excited making marks everywhere, which makes me laugh. In Tucson, I draw outside sometimes, feeling the sun and the charcoal dust blows away, which is fun. In winter, I draw by a lamp, adding warmth to the shadows. One time I drew my mom and she cried, saying it looked like her, which felt amazing. Drawing's my way to think, to turn feelings into pictures, and every line feels like a secret I share. I think it means so much because it's raw and mine, and I can change it until it's right, like fixing a mistake with an eraser.
That sounds so personal, Jade. I can feel the emotion in those drawings. What about an art experience you had somewhere else? Maybe on a trip or a memory that stands out?
Last spring, I tried mosaic art in San Diego, California, and it was unforgettable. Mosaics are pictures made with small pieces of glass or tile glued together, and I did it at a workshop by the beach. The studio had bright lights and tables full of colorful bits, and I picked blues and yellows like the ocean and sun. I glued them onto a board, making a fish, and it took hours, but I loved fitting the pieces like a puzzle. The teacher helped me cut the glass, and I wore gloves, feeling careful but excited. San Diego's waves were loud outside, and I ate fish tacos between breaks, tasting salt and lime. My mosaic wasn't perfect, with some gaps, but it looked alive when I finished. I brought it home, and it sits on my shelf, catching light. Back in Tucson, I told my students about it, and we tried a simple mosaic with paper, which was so fun. San Diego showed me art can be slow and steady, like building something strong. I saw mosaics on walls there, with flowers and birds, and I sketched them in my notebook. I want to go back and make a bigger piece, maybe a turtle using sea colors. That experience made me love art more because it's about patience and beauty coming together, and I still touch that fish, remembering the beach and glue on my hands.
Wow, Jade, that mosaic sounds stunning. Let's talk more about creativity. What's another creative activity you enjoy, and how did you get into it?
I enjoy knitting, and I've been doing it for a few years. I knit at night on my couch with yarn and needles, making scarves or hats. It's fun because I can watch TV or listen to music and my hands stay busy. I started when my grandma taught me at 18 during a visit. She showed me how to cast on stitches, and we made a lumpy scarf together, laughing at the mistakes. Now I knit with soft wool, picking colors like purple or green. I feel the yarn slide through my fingers. My favorite is a hat I made for my dad with a pom-pom, and he wears it all winter. In Tucson, I knit outside sometimes, feeling the warm air, and I give my work to friends for birthdays. Knitting's relaxing, like a rhythm, and I love seeing a ball of yarn turn into something warm. One time I dropped stitches and had to undo hours, but I started again, learning patience. I teach my students knitting too, with big needles, and they make bracelets, which is adorable. I want to try a sweater next, though it's hard. Knitting's my comfort because it's slow and steady, and every loop feels like a hug I can share with someone I love.
That sounds so cozy, Jade. I want to pick up knitting now. What's a creative dream you have? Maybe a new art form or place you want to explore.
My big dream is to do mural painting in Mexico City, Mexico. Murals are big paintings on walls, and I've seen photos of colorful ones there, with people and nature. I'd go to a community center with paints and ladders and learn from local artists. I'd paint a desert scene with cacti and birds, using bright reds and yellows like Tucson but bigger. The city's noisy with music and voices, and I'd feel the paint roll on step by step. I'd stay for a month working every day and eat tacos or tamales between breaks. I'd learn Spanish words like pintar for paint and talk to people watching. I'd take pictures of my mural and sketch the city in my notebook, sharing them with my students. Mural painting would feel huge, like my art could talk to everyone and I'd feel proud seeing it from far away. Another dream is jewelry making in Thailand with silver and stones. I'd go to Bangkok, sitting in a market, hammering metal into rings or necklaces. I'd use blue gems, like my mug, and sell some, eating mango sticky rice. Thailand's warm, and I'd learn Thai words like kap kun for thank you, and draw the market stalls. I'd bring jewelry home, teaching my kids to make it. Mexico City and Thailand are my dreams, but I'd create anywhere with color and culture. Art and creativity are my life, and I want to chase every brush, bead, and wall, bringing that magic to everyone I know.
This was so colorful, Jade. Now I want to hear your questions. What do you want to ask me?
Mia, what is a creative activity you love?
I love painting with acrylics. I make bright flowers, and it feels so lively.
Nice. What's up's a creative dream?
I'd love to sculpt in Japan, shaping clay into animals in a quiet studio.
That sounds wonderful. Thanks, Mia.
Thank you, Jade. Everyone, like and subscribe to The English Habit. New videos every Tuesday and Friday. Bye.